Patch Notes, a series where I will take the most recent patch made on CSGO and attempt to break it down for you guys and what it really means and what it can mean for your game. We had multiple changes. We had the changes to the pistols, to Cobblestone, and to Dust 2. I will not be talking about the changes to Cobblestone because I do not know enough about that map to give you guys good information and good feedback. And also with the changes to the pistols, I will not be talking about the Tech 9 just simply because I don't think it's a very good gun and I don't think there's any point in using it. But just so you know, there were no changes to it except for the CZ becoming part of its slot now. So let's get right into this, guys. You have the CZ75. I'm going to show you guys the spray real quick. As you can see, it's a pretty tight spray from close up, but then the farther back you get, of course, the more wild that you're going to get. So this has a great rate of fire for dispatching enemies very quickly, and this is something that you want to use in a close quarter situation. But here are the changes that were made to it. There's no damage change to it at all. There's no rate of fire, nothing like that. It was changed slot, so now has the same slot as a 5.7 / Tech 9. So what this means is it is simply $200 more than it was. It was $300, now it's $500. And what this directly means for you and your gameplay is save and eco rounds need to have a lot more thought put into them, because when you're doing a save or an eco round, you're like $300. You're like, whatever, like if I get a kill, it makes the gun completely worth it. Now it doesn't. And in fact, if you lose first round and then you go ahead and you buy CZ second and then third round, then it becomes a big impact on your economy, because that takes you down $1,000 instead of $600. So if you're CT, it has a much bigger impact than it used to. So it's something that you do need to be cautious about. You need to put some thought into before you go ahead and buy it. You know, back-to-back rounds, just make sure you can buy in line with your team. One thing that I do, a rule of thumb, is if I lose pistol round and then the second or third, like second round, I'll buy a CZ. If I don't get a kill in either the first or second round, you know, I look at my money, I see, hey, will I have enough money to buy on the fourth round, and what will I be able to buy in this third round? Most of the time, it's nothing if I only have 0 or 1 kills. But if I have 2 kills, I go ahead and I can buy a CZ on the third round as well. But this gun is incredibly good at close quarters. If you are a close quarters kind of fast-paced, aggressive player, this gun is going to be the most forgiving when it comes to your gameplay. So this is the gun that you're going to want to go with. This is what I use. I like to be aggressive. I play fast-paced, and I love close quarters engagements. That's how I try to set myself up to be. So this gun is what I favor personally. But let's go ahead and get the 5.7 out for you guys, show you what it does. So I'm gonna spray this or shoot this gun, and no recoil control. So as you can see, it's pretty much just up and down with very little variance to the left and right. So this is a lot like the P2000 for the most part. And so if you use the P2000, then this is probably a gun that you're going to want to look into using possibly. The damage on these guns is a little different than the flip-flop rolls, and I'll explain that. So from about here to where I'm standing to that balcony against an unarmored opponent, I can one-shot headshot somebody with a CZ. Now with the 5.7, it's a little bit lower range than that. It's from about here to that box. So that's a pretty big range difference, and the CZ overall has more damage to unarmored opponents. Now to armored opponents, they flip-flop completely. The CZ can only one-shot headshot from about here to the wall, and then the 5.7 can do it from about here to that box. So the 5.7 stays very consistent with its range and its bullet drop off, and it has more damage against armored opponents. So of course, you know, you are doing save rounds against armored opponents pretty much every single round that you're saving. At least you should be. At least that's the way it should be. So the 5.7 is going to have the upper hand in that regard. But also, guys, the 5.7 is going to be really good for long-range engagements, just because it has the ammo capacity to back it up and the easy recoil control. So if you're more of a slow-paced player and you enjoy long-range engagements, that's what you try to put yourself into more so, then the 5.7 is going to have the upper hand over the CZ75. So guys, the CZ75 is better against unarmored opponents. 5.7 is better against armored opponents. But overall, guys, I would just say be careful with your economy when you're buying these two guns, just because I put myself in situations where I shouldn't have been because I didn't manage my money very well. So we're gonna move on to the new changes that were made to Dust 2. It used to be you could only plant right about here. This was as far over as you could plant. You can now plant on the other side of these boxes, which is a huge change. It now makes a full rush cap much safer, simply because you can get the bomb down in a very safe and convenient spot. And you can get it down along pretty much anywhere along these boxes, but you can't go too far out. That's about as far out as you can go. Yeah, you have to be up pretty much right against these boxes. So that was made, I believe, due to the common CT strats that were getting pumped out. Was CTs would just go and take control of long A and just leave cat open for terrorists to take, because it's much easier to retake if they're all on site and you're coming from, you know, spawn, cat, and long. And also, you can wall bang through this box. So if you have an opera out long and he's up there on that platform, he can just wall bang through this box and he can take out an enemy. So that's why they made this change. But guys, it's very useful. But I just want you guys to know. So if the bomb's planted, that is now another spot to be looking. But guys, I thank you all so much for watching. And as always, I will see you in the next video.
How long does famous last?